Hello and welcome to Let's Try on Wednesday. We are going to try out Loop Hero. And you might say, Loop Hero? This game's like a couple years old. Why are you trying this out? Well, it's free. By the time this video goes up on Wednesday, it'll be free starting tomorrow on the Epic Game Store for a week. So figured I'd make a little Let's Try video. We can play it together, take a look at all the features. Some of the videos that are out there right now for the game aren't on the latest patch, so we can kind of scope out what the game looks like today and see if it's worth the purchase price of $0. I have played this game before, but it was a couple years ago when it first came out. I only spent like 70 minutes in the game. I barely remember it, so we are gonna have to kind of learn all over again. So let's go ahead and select a new save slot, start the game, and we'll go through it. So from what I remember and what I understand, Loop Hero is essentially a game where you loop over and over again along this path, and as you make progress, you get better gear and improve your stuff, and then there's like a level of meta progression on top of it where you start building up like a town, and that gives you bonuses and changes what spawns. And it's just kind of like a cyclical or loop based game, where you just kind of gradually improve over time and things start to like synergize and get a little better. So let's go ahead and okay, so planning and adventure, that's essentially pause and go. I changed the font because I think the default pixel font is a little hard to read sometimes, so I just changed it to the dyslexic friendly one. All right, so day progress bar, and that changes when the enemies show up. Okay, so this is like your typical combat thing here. Here's our equipment over here. Looks like we got a sword. We can go ahead and pop that in there. Okay, you can add a card to a space, and then certain things will spawn in that space, or that space has an effect on things that are next to it. And as we grow and make the loop bigger and add more stuff, we'll kind of see some of that. So don't evade. Oh, all right, cool. We got a better weapon, which makes sense to me. And then does it want me to put it in the middle here? Okay. Probably shouldn't have put that there, but that's all right. I think this is just a tutorial. I'm just going through it. We'll eventually start the actual game. Okay, let's retreat to the camp. And this is the meta progression thing here. So this is where you build your little town that adds your bonuses and all that stuff. All right, now we're looping. I think this is the start of the actual game. We're out of the tutorial here. I will be chopping up this video, so you might see some skipping as we move along here. All right, so we got a meadow, and that heals 2 HP, and then a vampire mansion. Well, I think like meadows, they don't have to be next to anything, right? So let's just put those off to the side. Groves have to be on the path, so let's go ahead and put that there. And I think a vampire mansion, maybe putting that on, I don't know if we're ready for a vampire mansion yet. Maybe we are, but let's go ahead and keep going for now. I don't know, part of me feels we're not ready for vampires, but maybe I'm wrong. Right, another meadow. We'll go ahead and put that down over there. I think I will put the vampire mansion down. I'm gonna put it down over here. All right, we went ahead and made our first loop around. The day cycle happened, which means more enemies spawned, and our health went up 8 per day. All right, let's go ahead and change the combat speed to be 2.5, just because there's no point in not going faster. Oh, hey, we got a weapon. It's got a little defense. Got some armor to put on. All right, let's go ahead and pause and plan a little bit here. These are, you know what? I'll make the weapon damage based. So that's interesting. So once you override an item with another item, it goes away. It doesn't like go back to your inventory here or your holding spot. All right, let's see what we can do here. So we want skeletons. Let's go ahead and spawn a skeleton over here. Mountains, 5 HP for every adjacent rock or mountain. So I kind of feel like we could put those over in a corner. It says for every adjacent, so that should, yeah, that made our health go up a decent amount. All right, meadows, we're just gonna keep putting those down. And then a spider cocoon, I think if we put those by a forest, does it do anything? Let's go ahead and put it next to the forest and see if both things spawn there. All right, let's go ahead and get out of planning phase and see what happens. Slimes are very basic enemies, but go ahead and keep moving along here. Yeah, okay, there we got both of them. All right, so that's a level 3 ring, a higher level counter. What is this? A beacon? So faster attack speed and faster movement speed in the range. So any, all right, where does it make sense to put this? Probably where we can maximize the number of tiles it touches. So I felt like right over here was probably best. And then we'll have to, because it gives better attack speed, we can do more damage to enemies in the range here. So I think it might make sense to put some decent stuff here to attack. All right, so we made it through that loop, and I think we ended with more HP than we entered the loop with. So I think we're doing okay for now. Although I do have to be a little bit mindful of... Here, we probably want this. It's more damage. So as we're looping, the items are getting more powerful too. All right, so we have a decent amount of stuff building up here. Ooh, that is tough. That got pretty rough there. This adds more counter, so that's 28% counter. Yeah, I don't think we want to do any more of that. We made this a little rough by piling all those things together there. All right, treasury gives random resource after placing anything on an empty tile around it, but has to be on an empty space when you build it. So spawns a chest on an adjacent tile. All right, let's go ahead and put that here. For treasury, I'm feeling like we put that here. We put that there, and that'll spawn some of this stuff here. That's a blooming meadow. Okay, so it's interesting. All right, that gives us some resources, and apparently we get a little bit of a bonus by putting that next to the treasury. All right, I think we put the groves over here because we'll get some attack bonuses. And we can make this like Spider Central over here. Although I'm a little nervous about adding more right now because we're not, we're barely making it here. Let's go ahead and try to make it through the rest of the way. And then I think we'll do the loop. Oh, a vampire. I think we're toast. Yeah. Let's go ahead and, all right, yeah. Yada, yada, yada. All right, we want to build up our town here. All right, so this is a campfire. These are survivor tents. So we want to continue to expand here. Looks like a field kitchen is all we can currently afford. And it unlocks the Bloodgrove card. Let's go ahead and put the field kitchen down here. All right, I think now we go back on the old expedition. Take a look at the... Oh, this is where we could build our decks. So let's turn on the Bloodgrove. That's a new card we got access to. We're still going to stick with Warrior for now, because we're just kind of checking the game out and trying to get a little more experience with it. Let's go ahead and start. So this starts the loop fresh all over again. I think we should probably put the expedition speed on high. We could always pause, so like there's no reason not to try to accelerate this as much as possible. Okay, we got our first little shield there. All right, we got a decent amount of cards. Let's go ahead and start plopping some of this stuff down. It doesn't matter that much how this goes because we're not gonna like survive forever. All right, we'll make this Spider Central over here. It's still early game. There's a lot of meta progression that's still gonna happen. It's gonna give us better cards and all that good stuff. So I doubt we're gonna make it too deep on this loop. Let's go ahead and pause for planning so I can equip some of this stuff. This is a better shield. Axe's weapon. We don't have any weapons yet. All right, so erases monsters from the road. Why would I want to erase the monsters? Maybe because it'll give me another loop. Sure. Or help me get through the loop without much of a problem. All right, so Meadow is just going to give us more HP regen. All right, we're done planning. We can move on. And that was just in time because we got some hit points. We have regen per second, which is pretty interesting. All right, let's go ahead and just take a quick pause. Let's get a battlefield. I think probably want to put a battlefield somewhere because it says they can turn to ghosts when they die. I assume ghosts will drop some stuff. Go ahead and put that down there. Living forests may spawn something dreadful. Okay. Apparently we can't put that anywhere. Oh, it can be placed next to other trees. Okay. So we could put a grove down here and a blood grove here. Slap down another meadow, another mountain. Give us a little extra supplies. Let's go ahead and unpause and keep going. That's definitely an improvement. I do like the regen per second. I feel like that's helping keep our health up a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and pause after this. We are in planning. We have to put some of the stuff down. The more rocks that are by each other, the better. So we'll go ahead and put all that down. That just gives us more HP. Beacon is where we want more attack. So I think we put that here because these are going to be kind of spicy over here. Vampire Mansion, that's what killed us last time. But maybe we put it down anyway. Let's just wait. Let's see if we get through another loop. Okay, that is a nice upgrade. So vampirism, I think, heals when we hit. We're getting a little bit of our HP back. Not the same quantity that we're... And we did lose our HP regen. So that's a little unfortunate. All right, we made it through another loop. Let's go ahead and pause for a second here. This looks like an orange. So that's got more stuff. And more stuff is more better, as we all know. So can we just get rid of this, or does this keep going? I don't know. Interesting. So I don't remember if, like, once this all fills up, if I think it just deletes the oldest one. I don't think it prevents us from getting new stuff. At least I hope that's the case. Oh, look at that. 9 things into a mountain. It made a goblin camp because it appears for every 10 mountain rock tiles. Okay. So that gave us a decent amount of HP. And it'll spawn some harpies. I feel like the blood grove. Go ahead and put that down there. Cemetery. I'm thinking cemetery and vampire kind of go together. So let's go ahead and put one down. I don't even know if we'll make it through the loop. I kind of put a lot of enemies down. So we'll kind of see how that goes. Sword definitely does more damage. Level 2 sword. So I would love to maximize that. Hey, we got a chest. That is a decent improvement. Lots of HP. Attack speed's the same. Add some counter, better vampirism. Yes, I'm definitely equipping that. And this has a lot of regen per second, so I think that is also a better option for us. Treasury. So random basic resource. Must be empty when I build it. Kind of feel like I want that more by the meadow, because the mountain apparently converts into a giant mountain. I wouldn't want to interrupt that by having a treasury in the middle of it. All right, let's see how this goes. Looks like we're holding up pretty well. HP is regenerating. This is probably the spiciest group here. There's 4 of them. I'm going to go back to planning because we're kind of full up here on stuff. This shield is better, even though it's kind of still garbage. All right, Grove. You go over here. You go here. Road Lantern reduces the maximum number of spawning enemies. Do I want to reduce enemies? Maybe. I guess we could put that here because we don't know how these goblins are gonna be. All right, let's put these rocks down, and then if we get one more line, that'll be another mountain peak, which is just gonna add a bunch of HP. Let's put this here, because that covers a large chunk of territory, and we're here right now, so that will actually be good for us. I'm not going to put another vampire mansion down at the moment. We are losing HP overall, so that's not going great for us right now. Probably overdid it on the enemies just a touch. Causes anything to be totally forgotten. Okay, so this, we can either wipe out a tile or just wipe out some units on the road. And not sure what I want to do there. Let's just get some resources. I think we'll leave it as is for the time being. Battlefield could be nice because it spawns a chest every loop. We'll put it over here. Here's the gobos. Yes, they appeared from nowhere, except we know exactly where they appeared from. All right, so this is more HP, more damage, counter, but it loses a lot of vampirism, it loses a lot of attack speed. So I kind of don't want to equip that, at least not yet. That might be a better thing ultimately, but for now I don't really want to equip it. Are we gonna beat this vampire? I think we are, which is a nice change. Okay, so this armor is definitely worse. I don't care about that. This ring is worse, sort of. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that. I think I'd rather have the regen. Let's go ahead, slap a meadow down. In Oblivion, I guess I'll use it on, I don't know, it's kind of useless. All right, stop talking. Oh, that's the harpy, okay. All right, I think we might die here. Well, we made it. Don't really know how, but we did. This is definitely going to be a better shield. No doubt about that. Better weapon? Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and keep on rocking here. Feel like that's a better weapon again. Let's go ahead and equip that. Yep. So more pure damage. All right, this is where I think we get into trouble. Although we do have a fair amount of health, and we are regenerating. It's not like we got nothing. But this is nasty over here. This looks kind of questionable. Let's go ahead and put this down for now. Just reduce the maximum amount of spawns. Try to see if we can actually make it through that mess. All right, here's the treasure chest. Oh, I wish I got that weapon in before we engaged in combat there. Okay, so this shield is kind of better, but not really. The weapon, hands down, is better, so we'll go ahead and equip that for the time being. All right, so I think we do like a little blast here. Oh, I actually deleted the cemetery. That I did not really mean to do that. That's all right. All right, let's go ahead and slap some vampire mansions down. That's another rock. Did that not convert? I thought that would have made a mountain. Apparently not. Well, we seem to have a bunch of vampire mansions over here now. Let's go ahead and slap another road lantern down. I wonder if these stack. Like if there's two that overlap, if you get 40%, because that would be pretty insane. We did regenerate more health than we lost there. All right, this is pretty intense. All right, so I lose. No, I keep the pure damage. I lose the. I'm essentially trading counter for damage to all. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and make that trade. Counter is gonna, I think, ultimately do more damage. Let's see what this has. The thing that's nice about counter is every time they hit you, you have a chance of hitting them back. So even though I lose damage to all, I kind of still have it via the counter. All right, this loses a little damage. I get more regen per second. I lose evasion, which I don't really want to lose, just to gain some vampirism. This one, I lose regen and counter, gain a little evasion, and a little faster attack speed. I don't think that's worth the trade-off. All right, well, so far, we seem to be holding out quite well. We have enough HP. We're getting more HP than we're losing. Let's go ahead and keep this going. Let's slap a battlefield down there. Maybe the mountain has to be in the middle. I don't know. Put the metal down there. I want to get more resources. All right, I don't know. I don't really want to put anything more down right now because things are getting a little spicy. I mean, maybe we could put a road lantern down here. Lighten up the load over here, even though I'm putting this stuff down. All right, that's fine. Let's go ahead and keep it going. Oh, now we're getting like tier 6 shields. I want to scope that out. So this shield is just better all around. More damage to all. I lose a little evasion, but not, it's not, I think it's worth it. Right, we got another battlefield. I like battlefields because they just provide free resources. And some of them are pretty good. All right, so if I slap this down, oh, that still doesn't become a, maybe there's only one. I don't know. So we got some decent gear out of this. Oh yeah, and what it looks like is happening, which I now that I see it, I remember. Um, as these items get kicked off your list here, they actually become resources for later on. So you just kind of perpetually gain some resources, which is really nice. Treasury, I think it makes sense to slap another one down over here. And let's start up another mountain thing over here because it doesn't seem like that's changing. Left the last meadow there to get that together. Whoa, we just got a bunch of stuff. All right, we'll put another cemetery there. Keep all the cemeteries and vampire mansions together. I think that kind of makes sense, if anything, from a thematic standpoint, but I want to say they synergize and there's some stuff that happens there. Not 100% sure on that, but I think so. I might be misremembering. All right, I definitely want to check this out. This is tier 6. So I lose counter, which is not great. It's a lot of HP to ignore. And I do gain evasion. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. All right, this is essentially the same ring, except I'm trading a little bit of regen per second for extra pure damage. And I think I will make that sacrifice. I want to see this really good stuff start shuffling off. Because I'm wondering if it gives us more resources. I'm guessing it might. These are not improvements. Yeah, I'm not trading counter for that. Plop another cemetery down there. We are getting a fair amount of resources this loop. I think we're holding out a lot better than I thought we were going to. I don't really want to put a road lantern down there. Can I override this? No. Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and put that there because that's just going to increase attack speed. So this loop is lasting quite a bit longer than I anticipated it would. All right, we got another epic thing here. So roughly same amount of vampirism, trading counter for evasion, or evasion for counter, and some regen per second. I think that's worth it. All right, we're starting to get up there with these resources. Shield, I lose damage to all, but I don't think that's the end of the world. All right, the ring we have, I think, is strictly better. More damage, more counter. Regen per second versus vampirism. You could argue either way, I think. All right, we're about to enter like a hotbed of enemies here. All right, let's go ahead and pause here for a second. That was a lot of stuff to all happen at the same time. All right, Scimitar. I lose regen per second, but I gain more damage and I gain some vampirism. I lose evasion, so I have no evasion if I switch this out. I don't know if that's worth it, but it's way more attack speed, way more damage. Yeah, it's fine. We gotta die sometime. Speaking of which, what the heck just happened there? Lich's Palace, huh? That's a little spicy. Do I run? Or do I keep going? I don't know. Oh, that was a surprisingly tough enemy. Holy crap, that was a lot of stuff. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. No, 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 no. I want to equip that. I don't know if I want that. This is slower, but the damage is so significantly better. And there's another weapon here, so I might just switch that out immediately. I will. This one, I lose a little damage. I lose counter, but I gain a bunch of vampirism. So how much vampirism am I actually getting from this stuff? 10%? So that's the only item that is vampirism now? Interesting. Must have traded it all away. Okay, so we're going to put down a bunch of meadows over here. And apparently a bunch of rock over here. There we go. Bunch of resources coming out of the woodwork. I guess we're going to put a beacon down here. Maybe that'll give us a little something here. I don't know what exactly that does. Let's see if I even make it that far. Feel like things are getting a little spicy along the way. There we go. Got some more rocks. All right, my health is definitely not coming back as fast as I would like. Now, Oblivion, can I use this on... What can I use this on? Let's go ahead and blast that out. It's unfortunate I couldn't blast that out. So the question is, do I return to camp or do I try to deal with this incursion? I am quite nervous about the incursion. I'm not exactly sure what I guess you know what, that would be a good thing to end the episode with. Let's get through here and take a look at what exactly this incursion thing is, because I'm losing a lot of health. I don't think I'm gonna survive it, whatever it is. The good thing is I think it only means a 30% loss of the resources we've gathered so far. All right, yeah, we're not even gonna make it there, I don't think. Let's slap a road lantern down here. Maybe reduce the spawns if that's even possible. I mean, it did reduce that by 1. All right, are we going to get... Okay, map completion. When this bar is filled, the boss will show up, and that's what happened here. So, I don't think we're going to make it through. We're way too low on health. Oh, well, hello. So do I fight, or do I just... Okay, yeah, and I'm going to get annihilated. Okay, so I'm losing some of this stuff, but I'm gaining keeping all of that. All right. So even when you die to the boss, you don't actually die. You just get kicked back to camp like any other death. All right. Well, that's interesting. So we'll put the cut in here. I do think the game has a decent amount of potential. I like the meta progression, because then as you build the stuff up and you get better things, you can just perpetually get better and better and better. I assume eventually you're going to be able to like take out the boss and, you know, make even more progress. So, yeah, it's a fun little game. You have to kind of balance the weapons and armor and all the different percentages of things. So it's engaging. I think it's entertaining. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more content in the future. And remember, it's free on the Epic Games Store starting tomorrow. Thanks for watching.